Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Evergoods Civic Access Sling 2 liters. And I've mentioned a few times in the past that I'm not a huge fan of sling bags in general, but I have to say I'm starting to come around as I've seen how convenient and helpful they can be during trips, whether it's in flight to reach your essentials or when you arrive at your destination for carrying around some of the larger items that don't quite fit into a pocket. So, I've tried out a few different slings and I was very curious about the Evergoods sling in particular. I'm such a big fan of their aesthetic and their build quality in general. We've talked about Evergoods a lot over the past few months because of the CTB26, which I have been using quite a bit. So this is a really excellent companion to that. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience testing this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other sling bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the look here is very much in line with Evergoods' other products, which I'm a big fan of. It is a very subdued, minimal vibe that's going to work well in pretty much any environment, whether you're taking this into the outdoors, exploring a city, or traveling. As far as the materials, the sling is very solidly built. It has Evergoods 840D ballistic nylon, which feels like it's going to hold up very well to rougher usage and also offer a decent amount of weather resistance. It comes in at a little bit under a pound, so that's nice that it's not super heavy considering that this is meant to be a more minimal carry solution. And then you have some really nice YKK zippers all throughout that also have a DWR coating. Continuing along the outside of the bag, there's not a whole lot going on, no carrying handle or anything like that. On the front, you have the Evergoods Velcro patch, which is common on all their products, and you can customize the sling with the patches that Evergoods sells, which they have some that will be illuminated if you're riding at night to get some extra visibility, or you can just customize it with anything else that you want to just give your sling a little bit more personality. Beyond that, very sort of clean. You just have the actual carrying strap. And this is an area that I had seen that other reviews weren't too crazy about, is just the sort of design of this strap, which I don't think is too bad. I like that it has this buckle, which is easy to release, but it's more secure than a magnetic fidlock. So I think it works well. You have the ability to adjust it from both directions. It's a pretty simple strap. It feels durable. You have enough length here that you can use it comfortably as a sling bag. You can swing it around. You can wear it front or back, and you can also wear it as a waist pack. So I really like the flexibility there. So far, I haven't really had too many issues. You can't hide the strap away, which might have been nice to be able to turn this into a pouch or to just make it easier to pack away. And then as far as the sizing, as the name says, this is about 2 liters, which is, a really versatile size for a sling bag. It's not the smallest sling, but it's not overwhelmingly big. So even when it's a little more packed out, it still manages to feel pretty compact and like it's going to be able to be used to navigate crowded areas or jump onto public transit. And it doesn't feel overwhelmingly big when you're wearing it as a waist pack. It's a little bit bigger than maybe what I would like as a waist pack, but still manageable. So I think it strikes a nice balance and gives you enough space to hold some of the bulkier items that I would want to use a sling for. Because of the capacity that this offers, you can put quite a bit in it and then you can start to feel the weight. So it's nice that Evergoods has included their new breathable back panel on the sling so that when it's resting on your back or your front, you have a little bit more padding and breathability. Even though slings in general are better than bags for, a sweaty back, this is still gonna help prevent your back from getting as sweaty as quickly when it's a little more packed out. Jumping into the organizational options, the layout of this sling is what really drew me to it, as it's different from many of the other popular options that I've looked at in one key way, and that is that the larger compartment is front loaded versus towards the back. And so what I mean by that, if you compare it with something like the Air Day Sling, which I really like, is that that one has its bulkier compartment, which is meant to hold larger items, closer to the back. And then it has quick access pockets and organization on the front. And when you fill the sling bag up completely, it can be a little bit challenging to take full advantage of all of the compartments. So I like that this one moves a lot of that smaller organization to the back, as we'll take a look at in a second, and leaves the larger compartment in the front, much like you would see with a more traditional fanny pack. So just a really interesting layout. I realized that was something that I struggled with other slings once I saw the layout on this one, which I really like. And so starting off with that back compartment, which is meant to be a little more protective for the elements that are more sensitive, that you don't want as accessible to pickpockets. And so you have a good amount of space here in the middle if you wanted to place something, but I wanted to actually take advantage of the internal organization that's offered here. So you have two slip pockets on the back that offer a good amount of volume. In one of them, I have my lightning cable and power brick to charge my phone. You can see this might also be a good spot for portable hard drive, a battery, a wallet, passport, and then next to that there's a slightly smaller slip pocket where at the moment I just have my Apple AirPods, and on the other side you have a mesh zippered compartment that has internal slip pockets that are divided here, and then you have a larger area in the back. So this is going to be a great spot for small notebook. I have my field notes in there, maybe put some additional cash. I also have my Peak Design mobile tripod, and then you have two slip pockets here which are sized for the types of wallets that I would typically use. So on this one at the moment I have my Peak Design mobile wallet. And then moving into the front primary compartment, this has a nice wide opening that makes it very easy to access whatever you need to in this area. And I really love the volume that's provided here. It makes it easy to store bulkier items at 2 liters. Again, I was able to fit quite a bit, and it's still not completely packed out. So at the moment what I have here is a smaller umbrella. Might also be something where I'd put a water bottle in here. And then I have my sunglasses with their case. I have my GoPro. I also have a portable battery for my phone to keep me charged on the go. I tossed in my hand sanitizer. And then on the inside, you also have Evergoods lanyard with a little carabiner. That's gonna be a good spot to attach your keys or a multi-tool. Now the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. You have the typical light Evergoods lining, which is really nice to give you just some additional visibility. Beyond that, very simple layout here, not a ton of additional organization or anything like that. And then with the sling bag empty, although this isn't maybe the most packable sling, it still manages to get pretty flat. If you wanted to toss this into a travel backpack to just use when you arrive at your destination, you can pull this out and it doesn't take up a ton of space or weight. So really like the flexibility there. And in general, just the layout, the build quality, and the aesthetic. And if you're looking for a versatile sling that's gonna hold up well and just work in pretty much any environment, this is gonna be one of the best options that you can take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Evergoods Civic Access Sling over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on Evergoods site for about $100, which is a little bit of an investment, but it does feel like a pretty reasonable price considering the features and build quality that it has to offer, and it also compares pretty well to other similar slings in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first slings that this made me think of are some of the options from Air, particularly the Air Day Sling 3 Max and the Day Sling 3. I was a big fan of those when I was testing them out. They're a part of Air's travel collection, so a great companion for a larger travel bag. They have a more modern, techie vibe, some great organization all throughout. It's great that it's offered in 2 different sizes depending on what you need to carry. Similarly, excellent build quality. They are, just great, more compact, durable sling bags are going to offer a nice amount of weather resistance. And so if you're looking for something in this price range with the same sort of durability, but that's going to have a little bit of a different layout and maybe a more modern aesthetic, then that's going to be a great option to take a look at. Another sling this made me think of is the Skyborne Slinger that we looked at recently. That was a really impressive option that surprised me a little bit with how useful it is. Like the Air Slings, it's got a little bit more of a modern, kind of sophisticated aesthetic, but a great organizational layout. Like the Evergoods Sling, it has a more breathable back panel. It's got a nice organizational layout, similar size and capacity. It's got a retractable keychain loop, which is a nice bonus. And then one of the interesting things about that is it's got this sort of compartment on the front that's meant to hold a water bottle or an umbrella. So it gives you an extra bit of flexibility. It also just has a really adjustable strap. And so if you're looking for something that's gonna have some of those extra bonuses in a similar price range and style, then that's gonna be a really solid option to consider. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Wander Tech Pouches, which can be converted into sling bags. So you can take the strap completely off and just use it as a tech pouch, but they also include a strap that allows you to wear it around your waist or as a typical sling bag, which I'm a big fan of. I really like the flexibility that that offers and the fact that the pouches come in a few different sizes. So I've been using the medium pouch as a just tech organizer and pouch for inside of my bag, and then I've been packing the strap to use it as an additional carry solution throughout my trip. So really great flexibility. The Wander Tech pouches have a ton of weather resistance. I really like that they have the extra protected zippers, the tarpaulin sort of materials that Wander uses. They're also meant to clip onto Wander's bag, so it's nice that they provide a modular sort of solution. They have an accordion style layout, which might not be for everybody. It does help keep everything easily accessible, but depending on what you're carrying, it might not be optimal. It has a quick access pocket on the front that's fleece lined and protective. So just a really great option in general. If you're looking for a tech pouch or a sling bag, if you want something sort of in this price range that's going to give you a lot of flexibility, then that's going to be one of the best options to consider. With that being said, the Evergoods Civic Access Sling holds up really well against all those options, and if you're looking for something durable, flexible, and that has Evergoods' more subdued aesthetic, then this is going to be a fantastic option to consider. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Civic Access Sling and how it compares to some of the other popular slings that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.